Hello gang, Wagwan. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing okay today. So for today's video, I wanted to talk about something that's very important to me. I want to talk about hammocks. Here's my hammock right here. And yeah, it's an obsession of mine for about a year now. But I want to give you a bit of context first and foremost. So as I was growing up as a kid, my parents had this great hammock as the family hammock. I think we still have it somewhere in our basement. I should ask them later on. And it was this large hammock, right? And me and my sister, we would always be in the hammock during the summertime. And these are very fond memories. You know, hanging out with my sister and my family, and we'd have the hammock with us at all times, you know, even when we were going out to have a picnic in the wilderness or whatnot, you know, the hammock will be there. The hammock would be there, sorry. So yeah, that's as far as I can remember my my earliest memory with a hammock. And then many years down the line, which brings us to last year actually, I had never used a hammock. And last year, over the summer, I went to Greece to work for the Conservation Society of Archelon in Greece. We were protecting sea turtles and protecting the nests and helping the baby turtles, the hatchlings as we call them, reach the sea, things like that, you know, or raise awareness with the local population about, you know, the importance of protecting sea turtle populations in the Mediterranean Sea. So yeah, again, I want to dedicate a full video to Archelon in the future because it's fascinating and there's a lot to talk about. And before I went to Archelon, the organization sent me a list of things I should bring. On one of the items, although it was not a mandatory item, was the hammock. They recommended, oh, you bring a hammock. And so I went to Decathlon. I think that's how you pronounce this sport shop. And I got myself a hammock. Here it is. That's my hammock. Love this thing. It's very compact, as you can see, very lightweight as well. It looks like I'm advertising for it, but I mean I kind of am, because I strongly recommend you get yourself a hammock. Not specifically this brand, of course, but any hammock will do. But I really like this hammock because it's compact, lightweight. I can bring it everywhere, and when I'm not using it as a hammock, I can use it as a pillow, as you can see, which comes in very handy when I'm traveling on the bus or on the train, on the boat or whatnot, and I want to rest my head. There you go, I have my pillow. Yeah, and so today I wanted to set my hammock up and film me while doing it. Film myself while doing it. My English is a bit all over the place today. Days with it, days without, you know. So I hope you will enjoy this video. Now that I've given you the introduction, you know, a bit of context. So yeah, here's the hammock. Let's unpack it. So in the hammock, I have 2 pieces of rope. There you go. And the hammock itself. So the hammock is not inside a pouch. The pouch is the hammock. You can fold it inside out like this, you know. Very compact, very handy. It's this synthetic fabric that they used for this specific hammock here. I prefer when it's real cotton, but it makes it a lot heavier and not as handy to carry around. So this is just perfect, very ideal for how I use hammocks. And I have it with me whenever I travel, wherever I go. Especially if I'm going to a festival or if I'm solo traveling and I don't have a plan for where I'm gonna stay. and it's the summer, and you know, if the weather is not too harsh, I can always sleep in my hammock, which is incredibly useful. So here's the hammock. I walked around for over an hour in the countryside to find 2 trees that would be hammock friendly or suitable for my hammock. And I couldn't find any, believe it or not. It was really hard to find a pair of trees that were not too wide apart, if that makes sense, and with no shrubs and shit in the way, you know. And I finally found 2 trees. I hope you can see them right there. And yeah, I'm just about to set the hammock up. But first I want to do a close-up and show you how I tied the knot with those ropes around the tree and through the hammock. A close-up. Oops. So there you go. That's one end of the hammock, as you can see. I think you call that a hoop or whatever you call it in English. Doesn't really matter. And now picture this rope going around the tree trunk. Like here would be the tree trunk, for instance, and that's what you have at the end, just like this. How you do it is pass it through the hoop like that, and then I don't know how well you can see, you just do this and you tie the knot. Straightforward, no funky business, really easy, right? Okay, I think that's enough talking. Let's set the hammock up. Let's go. And while I set the hammock up, I can chat more about why I like hammocks so much. Oh, okay, don't fall, dude. All right, cool. Hopefully you can still see me over there. Yeah, let's get started. So one of the reasons why I love hammocks so much is that it's always a good excuse to go out and about, you know, go wandering in nature and find a nice spot, and then you set the hammock up and you rest in it. You can take a nap, meditate, take things slow, you know. And I think that's very much needed at times when it feels like the world is too much, you know, when it's all too much. I like to allow myself some resting time, right? And everyone does, and that's my way to cope, I guess, to set the hammock up. Proper unemployed friend on a Tuesday kind of vibes, but we're Thursday today, the day I'm shooting this video, so yeah. Sometimes if the tree trunk is not too girthy, I like to pass the rope twice around, you know, to ensure that it doesn't slide downwards. Here we go with the hammock. Through the hoop like that, and just like I showed you, you make the knot. Very easy. Secure it, lock it in place. There you go. Oh damn, that might be. I think that's too much slack, guys. I might have to pick this other trunk over there. That's all right. Plenty of time, you know. So I can think of a couple of anecdotes related to my hammock. Let's see. Cool places where I set it up over the past year. So, you know, it became kind of an obsession, right? And even when the weather is not very hammock friendly, I set it up regardless. You know, when I was living in Manchester, I would go out to the park when I had some free time, you know, after work or whatnot, and yeah, just have a nap in the park. It was a bit difficult because in a big city like that, I had to find a low-key spot, you know, otherwise people would come up to me and be like, yo dude, what the fuck, you have a hammock, this is fucking neat and shit, you know, which fair enough, but the idea of chilling out in a hammock is for me to cut myself out of the world. So it kind of defied the point if when I was um, in the open and people could see me in the hammock, because they would come up to me and have a chat with me, which is fine, you know. But yeah, so back when I was living in the city, there was this extra challenge of finding an isolated spot, you know. Okay. All right, through there. I'm not gonna do the double, you know, going around twice like I did earlier, because whatever, fuck it, you know. There we go. You probably can't see me right now. It's all right. Okay, like that. Ah, des ronces, putain. Okay. All right, I think that'll be good. So now I get the second rope around my second tree. And you know, you don't actually need a pair of trees. It's not a requirement, right? You can sometimes find a good singular tree with how you say, low branches, for instance, you know, and you can set the hammock up like that as well. It's probably very basic what I'm saying right now, but it's worth mentioning. Okay. And also I think hammocks are like a philosophy of life, you know. It's really like, yeah, take it easy, lay back, relax, take it slow, you know. There's no rush, right? Okay. I think that second one will need a bit less slack. So let's do it again. So another anecdote. Let's see. One time, that was last summer, as a matter of fact. I had just finished my my mission in Greece with Archelon, and I wanted to visit a friend of mine, and she was staying in Rhodes with her parents, and I lived in the Peloponnese area last summer, so quite far away, and I decided to sail to Rhodes. So I got on the boat. It was a very long boat journey. I think it was 24. No, it was 30 hours. 30 hours on the boat, and I was feeling so free and happy, and you know, things were good. And I had my hammock, and I felt like a pirate, you know, as in like, you know, I just felt free, like Jack Sparrow style, you know. And I set it up on the deck during the night, you know, and I was just outside on my hammock with the stars and the Milky Way for a blanket, you know. Just a beautiful moment, dangling about in my hammock, and I was so carefree, like, you know, there was no sorrow in sight. It was very good. Okay, I think this is it, fellas and gals and everyone and people. There you have it. There you have it. Yeah, man, that's dope. Cool. And yeah, that's me in my hammock. So there are many ways to lie in the hammock, right? I can do it like that with my legs out, or diagonal. I like to call it diagonal, like this. Yeah, don't know how well you can see it, but with my head resting on one side of the hammock, you can fully wrap yourself in it too, if it's too cold or whatever. And sometimes it's also good to set the hammock up in between two trees that are very, how you say? I'm telling you, my English is really not optimal today. How you say? Yeah, two trees that are close to one another, yeah. And then you set it, you set the hammock up further up on the tree trunk, and it gives it more of a U shape like that. I don't know if that makes sense. Hopefully it does. And then you can sit down in it. It's more of a, do you know what I'm saying? It's more of a, yeah, it's less of a bed and more of a chair, yeah. And it's ideal for playing guitar. Yeah. So I love my hammock. You know, it's great. I don't think I could travel without it now. And as I said earlier, it's like a philosophy of life. You know, it's cool, man. I love hammocks. I think they're underrated, and I really think we should bring them back, as in like make it a major comeback. You know. So yeah, if you dig it, hopefully this is inspiring to you. Do yourself a favor, get a hammock. I think this hammock costed me 15 euros, 1 5. So a real bargain, you know. That was probably the best investment I've made in many, many years. So yeah, I think that's about it. You know, it's a very straightforward video. Now it's time for me to relax, enjoy the sun. I brought a comic strip, so I'm gonna read a little bit and yeah, just vibe, chill out, you know. I hope you're all having a nice day out there. Remember that poetry is everywhere, and as always, peace, love, and music. Enjoy the summer, and if you don't have a hammock, go get one in your nearest hammock shop. Uh, and yeah, enjoy it, man. Cool. Ooh, ooh. All right, don't fall on your buttock. Take it easy, guys.